So I was wondering what I was going to talk about today, and then it just had a brainwave on this, and I was wondering, what are those thoughts online doing? And then the first thing that I see is this news story getting floated out there that Donald Trump is asking his allies about the possibility of making Nikki Haley his vice presidential pick. The moment I seen that was the moment that I gave it absolutely no mind. This is the biggest, most obvious false story that I've seen in a while. And oh boy, we have seen our fair share of bad stories. This right there is just supposed to, okay, with the New Hampshire primary that's going to be coming up very shortly. We'll get to the story here in a second, okay? I just wanted to touch on this because there's not enough substance to actually do a real video on it, but there's enough to talk about it for a second. This is an attempt to go ahead and drag down Trump by bolstering up a neocon because the New Hampshire primary is right there, because coincidentally at the same time, Fox News decides to drop this goofy ass poll that says that Nikki Haley is within striking distance of Donald Trump, so that's supposed to level the playing field by tacitly associating Trump's name with Haley's name in order to give her a little bit of a bump and put some excitement into that obviously over primary race until the first totals come out and it's like, wow, double digits, huh? Well, see you later. But it's just so funny to see the establishment go ahead and circle the wagons for Nikki Haley and leave old mouth stuffing Ron DeSantis and his pretty little heels get left in the dirt. Hope he's got spikes on those shoes. But like I said, I wanted to talk about thoughts because you guys apparently really liked the video that I put out, was that yesterday or a couple of days ago? The one about Twitch's terms of service. And unfortunately for me, that one, it apparently, okay, it had every marker that it would end up getting shadow banned. It didn't end up getting demonetized. But at the end of the day, I thought that video was hilarious, so I just released it into the world. But for whatever reason, it ended up circulating, and I appreciate you guys for that. But we, in fact, have some developments on this, because now we have the Twitch CEO coming out and yes, sticking up for these thoughts. Wow, imagine that. Somebody who sees easy money that's out there, not gonna go ahead and put restraints on any unchecked female nature. Boy, if there wasn't some roguishly handsome 6'6" man who just decided a couple of days ago to go ahead and lay out that exact platform that all these social media companies just weaponize in order to turn a buck. Isn't that interesting? It's almost like that individual's right more often than he's wrong. Anyways, Twitch CEO defends women creating sexually themed content. Dan Clancy was interviewed by VR chat streamer Rafflegator. All right, what are we doing? When the topic of the censor bar meta came up, he finally addressed it and confirmed that many of those involved in the meta were in fact following the terms of service. Yeah, the one chick that was in the thumbnail doing the actual version, not the Amaranth one where she was being absolutely goofy, putting construction paper and fishing wire up there, just wondering, well, what happened? I got clothes. And they basically got, elementary kids or elementary school loincloths going on. But no, the digital censor bar girl, okay, she apparently got banned and then unbanned. It was kind of like that Morgue Pie situation, the big lady, the China of Twitch. They've all been hopping on this bandwagon because, okay, hey, we're at a point in time now. You got to get where the getting's good before, some advertiser out there decides to go, well, what's going on Twitch? Oh my God, we're advertising before that. What's going on? Twitch CEO Dan Clancy has been outspoken from the moment he joined the team as someone who's open to talking with creators on the platform and answering some difficult questions. Well, yeah, if he's getting streamed by such a journalistic luminaries like Rafflegator, then of course, he's willing to have the tough conversations. No offense, I don't know who that person is. Something that's earned him a lot of respect from the Twitch community. Yeah, but if you get respect from the Twitch community, okay, that's like getting an attaboy from a bum. What does it mean? And he hasn't stopped appearing, even as things have become a bit turbulent on Twitch. Yeah, they've had, I was going to say, as a company, the worst 2023, but then there's Disney over there on the horizon. They're both descending into madness, hand in hand. Although he decided to appear as Gandalf the White this time around. Well, you've got it pictured as some variation of Gandalf the Grey, but alright. As he ventured into the world of VChat, an interview with Rafflegator, not only did he address the artistic nudity changes being rolled back, but also open to talking about the censor bar meta. And while he split on whether or not Twitch should do something about it, he also didn't seem entirely opposed to its existence. Yeah, because I haven't checked like any of the, financial numbers behind it, like how many bits are being spent on this type of stuff, but I could only imagine, man, it's probably through the roof. And as sad and depressing as this sounds, I think, with kids getting can you get prepaid cards for Twitch? I think you can. It's probably going to explode. That pun wasn't intended. Over Christmas and, through the rest of the holidays, like, it's going to be big business. I would maybe in the new year he'll go, yeah, that wasn't so great after, all that money's getting thrown around. But, now we need to take a stand. We need to clean up for 2024. We probably need to clean something. Funny enough, Dan Clancy was the one who brought up the censor bar issue because he's probably, been talking about it or been inundated with questions about it for, like a week at this point, okay, on full press. Rather than him being directly asked about it, as a result, it's safe to assume he's keeping up with what's trending on Twitch. Well, yeah, of course. Hey, at least like a good CEO, okay? This isn't the Bob Iger type situation where he's trying to pass off failures as on nobody was doing their job. Even as many have spoken out against this type of content being allowed, okay? We have a line, just like we currently have on the attire or other things. We have no interest in going over the line into what can be truly considered adult or, pornographic content. Not what any of this is. And of course, the attire policy is an example of that. We have one policy if you're near a pool or a hot tub, and a different policy that applies more generally. Of course, people blow up pools in their rooms, so it's kind of funny now. In fact, I've been thinking about it. If we could loosen the attire policy, should we? Or is it just kind of funny? Yeah, if you don't mind the reputation of your company being drug through the mud, which will, I'm sure at some point in time, eventually become a meta for these hoes. Yeah, even bother if it's turning a buck. But, like you said, there's a line. Now, that's fine. Okay, like we can go ahead and point and laugh and do it with two hands, you bunch of creeps. I want to see what you're doing at all times. Hands on the desk. Is that standard being applied fairly and accurately? Well, of course not, okay? Because Boogie2988, okay, ends up catching not just a temporary ban, he ends up catching a perma ban for trying to run the exact same meta. Check this out. Boogie banned on Twitch after taking a nudity meta to a whole new level. Oh, Boogie, what are you doing? Oh my god. If you're unaware of all of the lore when it comes to Boogie and his fall from grace, because he was the OG back in the day, okay? For as bad as the fall of the completionist has been, then I've been, taking advantage of that situation. We'll go ahead and say that. I've got my specific reasons behind I do what I do when it comes to that, but everybody pointing at that and going, oh, he's such a nice guy, and I couldn't have possibly seen this happen. Boogie right there, he's patient zero, okay? Because he was presenting himself one way in videos and scripted, edited videos where he'd give middle-of-the-road fence-sitter takes on whatever popular video game news was trending throughout the day after he transitioned away from doing all of those rage videos involving the character of Francis. And then, yeah, he just started to be this inspirational figure where, yeah, you know what, I used to be a big fat guy, but now I'm taking steps in order to get better. And, well, as you can see in 2023, he's still a big fat guy. Mostly because, well, as soon as he started streaming, he started to say some wild things. And his life, he started to expose to the rest of the world, and everybody who thought that he was just this wholesome YouTuber had to readjust their vision and go, oh my god, he spent how much on Streetwalkers? What? Oh my god. Okay, more on that stuff, okay? In a well-done documentary, The Fall of Boogie2988, it was incredibly popular about a month ago. It was trending. It's got millions of views and the details, quite a bit, and it was done at the approval of Boogie, by the way. Like, he's featured very prominently. This isn't somebody just, leering over the fence, trying to collect all the information that they can. It just really shows and really highlights what kind of a scumbag real-life Boogie is. But now he's banned off of Twitch, so now he'll have some new pity party that he can throw for himself. YouTuber Steven Boogie2988 coming at you live via the power of the internet. I think that was a sign-on. Has been banned from Twitch after taking the controversial implied nudity meta to the next level by getting naked on stream. Oh god. After streamers began appearing to broadcast while topless, subsequently kicking off a new trend on the platform, Twitch quickly took action after backlash from the community, okay? The Amazon-owned platform. That's so wild that all of this stuff is happening under the Amazon banner. The first trillion-dollar company has one of the most lewd and lascivious platforms on all of the internet. It's so strange to think about. Made some big changes on December 13th, rolling out a massive update to its guidelines for sexually suggestive content, permitting streamers to broadcast artistic nudity as long as they correctly labeled the content. However, quickly the platform was forced to revert to the update. Yes, as the art category had just ended up becoming just the place where sense and decency went to die. Yeah, furry content, somebody was just simply streaming all of your favorite tentacle videos, okay? It's like you give them an inch, they take a mile. While the topless and artistic nudity trends were short-lived, creators began pushing the limits in other way, now appearing to stream completely nude with only censor bars covering them. Boogie2988 got in on the trend, but had the idea to let loose skin on his body cover everything instead. Yeah, that's not at all being speculative. That's what happened. I got banned from Twitch for showing my loose skin. Twitch is ableist. This is disgusting. Yes, does everything happen to me? I was just trying to stream naked in a chair and let my extra skin cover up my intimate areas. The new censor bar trend has taken over the platform. Popular YouTuber Boogie2988 joined in and in his stream on December 23rd. Wow, this just happened like a couple of hours ago. Holy. Took it one step further. Initially, Boogie had a black censor bar covering everything from his chest and below. However, at one point, what did he hit certain donation goals? Is this like, has he gone full DSP where, okay, if we hit, okay, guys, Okay, so if we hit like a certain goal, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove a little bit of the censor bar, okay, like it's gonna be really great. So did he eventually hit his donation goal and he started to move everything until, well, as he puts it, Daddy will show it all. However, at one point on the stream, the 49-year-old stood up and removed his Yo! You're on Twitch, this ain't chatterbait, bruh. And also the censor bar covering his body to reveal him completely. Okay, he said, well, chanting black bar meta repeatedly. Boogie, we understand that you're lazy, but you do, in fact, have to put up the black bar. You can't, for as much as I love Fresh and Fit, whenever they go and they react to a video, them saying fair use isn't fair use. Sometimes they transform the video, but other times they just let it play and going fair use doesn't constitute fair use, okay? So you just simply chanting black bar doesn't manifest the black bar, okay? So that ends up, and it's so funny that Twitch immediately comes out and wields a ban hammer like that. Boogie took a gamble on the loose skin from his weight loss. Really? Okay, drooping down far enough to cover everything. Unfortunately, if you've seen that documentary, he's got a lot of loose skin. Forget he had a pet name for it, and it's gross. I don't necessarily know if it sags enough to go down. That's an unfortunate bit of information that I do know. That's God, I'm taking a couple of days off. I need to get out of the internet. Unfortunately, that's a gamble that he lost shortly after he was hit with his first ban from Twitch. Following the stream, Boogie took to Twitter to hit out at Twitch. Yeah, that's another reason that everybody, the bloom fell off the Boogie Rose. Him on Twitter and him on streams are a wild animal. Claiming he revealed no genitalia. Oh, good. Okay, we need to keep this clinical, right, Bugs? Asserting that his loose skin covered everything if Twitch bans me for my artistic nudity because they think you can see my testicles. What? You can't. That's not, that's not testicles. That's loose skins. And he's not referring to his balls, okay? Like, he's an old school Fed fan from back in the, Attitude Era, okay? He just took the advice of Stacy Keebler. He's a big test fan, okay? He's a testicle. Oh, and he's offering to show a mod at Twitch. Probably not the worst thing that a Twitch mod has seen, because you remember, there have been chicks who have been clapped on stream, caught a 3-day ban, and then immediately came back. But Boogie's out here eating bans for just being a fat degenerate. But I asked the question a little bit earlier, is Twitch equally applying bans? Well, I hope that they go ahead and do this when it comes to Boogie, okay? You're gonna go ahead and ban somebody for being a self-pitying, disgusting individual who openly flaunts the rules. of your platform, hope you go ahead and apply those rules everywhere. But then at the same time, you probably just end up with a very, very empty website. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Jeez, forget my own name here, just talking about Boogie skin. Don Consuelo, there we go. I want you to follow your gut, not Boogie's gut. Get after it. Take care, everyone.